What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Assertive Nurse Project. My goal with this channel is to keep as many nurses as I possibly can in the field of nursing. I want to give you guys these guidelines from my own personal experience, from a person that wanted to quit nursing for the first year and a half of my career. And then one day, it just clicked. And I said, you know what? None of this is personal. They're just trying to make a buck. I'm going to take care of my patients the best I can. I'm going to do what I have to for them, and I'm going to treat it like a business from my perspective when it comes to dealing with leadership or dealing with the issues in the facility that don't directly affect patient care. Most of us got into nursing to help patients and take care of people. The unfortunate reality is that healthcare is a massive business. So with that said, no institution that you work for is going to care about you. They care that you're working for them and that you're helping them reach their financial goals. They don't care about you personally. They don't care about your family. They don't care about the issues that you have going on in your life. Now, I know this may sound harsh. A lot of people may say that I'm being negative. I'm just trying to introduce a concept of reality. There's a lot of YouTube channels out here that want to just fluff up the idea of nursing. They want to tell you that nursing is the best thing ever and that you have to be passionate to make it through nursing. That may not always be the case. And I think the best help that I can offer is just helping to open your eyes to the fact that nursing is indeed an industry. And once you let go of the idea that your job or your employer needs to care about you personally for you to come to work and do a good job, the faster you're going to get used to this career, the faster you're going to be able to take back your work-life balance, and you're going to be able to actually manage your health both physically and mentally. There have been many studies done, and if the last 2 years haven't shown us, nursing is one of the most stressful professions that you can choose. And I think what adds to that stress is the overall concept that we need to derive joy from our profession. In my experience, the most beneficial place that you can derive joy that's going to help you carry through your workday and do a good job and not mind being there is joy in your personal life. So that's one of the other things that I want to talk to you guys about. Preserving the integrity of your personal and your family life. An institution or a nursing company is going to do the best they can to try and leverage what they can against you in order to get more out of you and make you more productive. Again, I do not want you to take these things personally. This is why I stress the importance of understanding that it's a business. If you understand that healthcare is a business, and as a nurse, you take that concept into work with you, it's going to help you let some of these things roll off your back. You won't take it so personally when a nurse manager comes down on you about things, because you're going to be able to understand in your mind and conceptualize that there's somebody that's riding her about some results, riding her about staffing numbers, riding her about paying too much overtime, because these are all parts of a business. So the sooner you realize this, the easier things will be. You need to guard your personal life like your life depends on it. You need to set boundaries, and you need to set these boundaries as soon as you start working for a company. Not 6 months after, not 3 years after. You need to set these boundaries early, and you need to set them firmly. If you're hired 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., there is no reason why you should be consistently working until 8:30 at night. The way these patterns develop of working so late after your shift is people allowing it to occur to a point where it becomes an expectation. Don't do that to yourself. Your family deserves to see you. Your children deserve to see you. Your wife, your husband, your significant other, your partner, everybody outside of your work life deserves to see you more so than your coworkers and your managers do. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of healthcare institutions that aren't going to be happy that I'm saying these things if they catch wind of this video, but these are things that you need to do. There's a reason why when you're on an airplane, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on before you help another passenger. This is because you're no good to anyone else on the flight if you're incapacitated. You need to take care of yourself first before you can ever give appropriate health care or any kind of help or assistance to any other person. This is a big component to being able to not only survive nursing, but to thrive and stay in the field. You worked hard to get where you are. You studied hard, you sacrificed a lot of parties, you missed a lot of events with your friends and family. There's no reason that that pattern should continue through your career. You should not be working hours and hours past your shift every week because of things that are out of your control. If they can't staff the unit properly, that's a leadership problem. That's not a nursing issue. They will leverage guilt against you. They will try to take advantage of the natural caring and nurturing nature of nurses. We feel a sense of duty to help people, and they will do everything they can to try to exploit that. This is why these boundaries are so important. I also want you guys to start to let go of that concept of things being fair in terms of the hierarchy of a hospital. I used to feel that way myself. Every single day, I thought things were unfair. I thought that it wasn't right that physicians had their own parking lot and we were parking blocks away from the hospital and then walking. And I used to think that was so unfair because you know who wasn't doing that? Administration wasn't doing that. The physicians weren't doing that. Surgeons weren't doing that. And I thought, man, this is some bullshit. You're not gonna get the same perks. You're not gonna get the same level of respect and admiration that the top cardiac surgeon gets, because that top cardiac surgeon is earning this business much more revenue than you are. The administrator is involved in brokering much bigger deals. They're making the company a hell of a lot more money than we are as nurses. You need to understand that your value to a company is based around the amount of revenue that you generate for them. Do you think that the guys sitting the bench on the Lakers are getting the same amount of respect and admiration that LeBron James gets? Of course not. Why is that? Because he's generating a hell of a lot more revenue than they are. Nobody's buying tickets to the Laker games to watch the guys that never get out of their warm-up suit. And for that reason, they get treated differently. Is that fair? Not in a sense of a personal level is that fair, but when it comes to business, that's the way it works. All of these concerns melted away the day that I started to perceive this as a business. It's a business from their perspective, so I started to treat it like a business from my perspective. Don't take it personally. I'm not picking up overtime. It's just business, right? Don't take it personally that I'm refusing to work a holiday that I wasn't scheduled for. If I'm not scheduled to work on Christmas, don't call me. I also want you guys to stop expecting leadership to fix all of the issues immediately. Now, ideally, should they? Absolutely. When it comes to things like equipment and providing the appropriate amount of supplies we need to care for our patients, absolutely. Most of these administrators, most of these nurse managers, assistant nurse managers, they're in and out of these roles in a couple of years. You know those big bank CEOs like in Citigroup and JP Morgan? These CEOs will work for one bank for 2 years, 3 years, and then they move on. They add that to their CV and they go to another company. It's the same concept in healthcare. Why? Because that same theme of a business applies here. Don't take it personally. Sure, they're gonna placate you and entertain your idea of putting up a new parking lot or moving the staff lounge, maybe even humor you for a little bit of a conversation that yes, this is something that we're gonna look into. But really in their mind, they're already moving on to another leadership position in the next 2-3 years. This is a stepping stone for them. People are not leaving because of lack of understanding of how to be a nurse. They're leaving because they're holding on to things so personally during their shift and even on their off days when they're with their family. These things are burdening them. So remember guys, just guard your personal life, guard your health, leave that shit at work and go and enjoy your weekend. Thank you guys for watching this first video of this brand new YouTube channel, The Assertive Nurse Project. And I hope if you guys appreciated the content, you'll hit that like button, you'll subscribe to the channel, and possibly even share this with some of your friends. Thanks, guys.